Hello and welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events. Recording this on Monday morning, February the 12th at 8:19 in the morning. Hope everybody's having a great work week so far, even though it's just a few hours old. Hey, winter weather lovers, I feel your pain. Northern Arkansas, what winter weather there is, and it isn't all that much. Very light. You know, we have not had, I guess you could technically say the January, 14, 15, 16, right in that time frame when we had that snow for South Arkansas, pretty good snow. But just, we have not had just your typical area of low pressure, tracking out of Texas, cold air in place, with that Arkansas slushy just ripping right through with heavy snow, heavy sleet, whatever it is. We just have not had that. And guess what? It's not in the forecast. But what I want to show you here is the tremendous unsettled nature to the pattern over the next 7 days and the back and forth we're going to experience, because Arkansas is going to be in the, it's kind of sandwiched between a trough and a ridge. I'm going to explain all this in just a little bit. But anyway, what it's going to do is bring system after system after system. And yes, there's some chance for wintry weather, but nothing that almost typical of what we have seen just recently. I've got a lot of maps I want to go over here. This is GFS from weatherbell.com. The first one, of course, as you know, the first weather maker of the week, will be arriving probably late Tuesday and into the first half of Valentine's Day. And this is the target area for the heaviest amounts of rainfall. This is the North American model, the NAM. And you notice it's got the I-30, 67, 167 corridor south and east of that. Amounts that could reach 1 inch or more, lesser amounts the further north that you go. So that's round number one. And I think a lot of the rain, the steady rain, is going to be gone if you have any Valentine's Day plans in the evening. Although there could be some drizzle around, some fog as well. I wouldn't doubt if we had some fog. Then that's going to lead the way to this. And I think it's underdoing it. You know, I got to look at the moss temperatures. Anyway, these are 2-meter forecast high temperatures just off the surface from the GFS on Thursday. And it's showing 67 degrees in Little Rock, 70 in southeastern Arkansas. And the moss, which is the model output statistics on the, just give me a second, I'll pull it up here. I didn't buy it, but you know what, anything. 79. It says 79 degrees on Thursday. So a tremendous seesaw with these temperatures, what we call temperature swing. So that's going to lead the way to, okay, so you got this on Thursday, to this on Friday. Here comes the cold air back. But the cold air is nothing unusual that we haven't seen, and it's doing the exact same thing previous cold air masses have done. The Ozarks bottle up the cold air. Cold air is shallow. If it's deep, it spills over the Ozarks. If it's shallow, it's got to find a way around. And it does so usually on a northeasterly wind down that 67, 167 corridor. But you can even see how the river valley is made out here with temperatures a little bit warmer out here. And then the cold air just goes down the plains. But anyway, so this is noon on Friday, and it's raining, and it's still above freezing in northern Arkansas, but barely. And this being several days away, these temperatures are going to change. But you get the general idea. Frontal boundaries coming through. And rain, too. And the models are offering varying solutions. But once again, the exact same thing where northern Arkansas could see this on the backside as the moisture exits. It's not looking like it's going to match up, the cold air and the moisture. It hadn't done that. But on the backside of this, northern Arkansas could see some frozen precipitation. This is Friday morning. And then as the cold air comes in, this is later on in the morning on Friday. This is a little light wintry mix. I'm not all that concerned. So what about rain amounts with that? Well, this is targeting central and northern Arkansas for the heaviest rain amounts. I would expect some adjusting with this, but up to an inch, I would say. But all this is under an inch. But it's saying 7/10, 8/10 of an inch in this area right in here, and barely anything across southern Arkansas. There's time that that's going to change. So it's cold again, right? Oh, nope. Let's go to next week. Now, I'm really jumping ahead, really long range. This is the, gosh, I didn't realize it. February 21st, this is at midnight. It's got temperatures in the 60s. Whew. So do you see the cold front? Classic example of the Ozarks again, stopping and impeding the progress of cold Arctic air. You got teens in Kansas. Look at the descent south down the plains. Nothing stopping it. It's like you got a table and you got a pitcher of water, and you tilt that table and you pour the pitcher of water, and the water just flows all the way down. That's what the cold air is doing down the plains. But if it meets a resistance like a mountain range, it's going to go around it. And so that's what it's doing here at the Ozarks. So it's got to come around this side here. But anyway, so you see that we're getting another, it's just another carbon copy of what we've had. So the pattern repeats itself. I'm going to take you up to 500 millibars on the European, just to show you some very interesting things unfolding in the long range. This is valid Friday. This is the cold air coming in for the end of the week. This shows you where the troughs and the ridges are. Where you see the ridges, that's usually mild air. The troughs are the cold air. This looks like the vortex spinning over Hudson Bay right here, which we were hoping was displaced a little bit further towards the south and sending some colder air a little bit further south. So then we jump ahead on Sunday, February 18th, and this is really interesting here. You see the ridge going up into Alaska. I wonder how much of this is actually going to occur down the west coast of the United States. But it's got a strong storm system. And what it's doing here in the long range, this is going into the middle of next week. This is on Wednesday, the 21st. Just a massive trough across the west, ridging in the east. So why is this important to us? Well, this sets up a battleground right over Arkansas. Unfortunately, for winter weather lovers, the cold air is going to be probably just to the west of Arkansas. But very mild for the southeastern United States, very cold across the rest of the western United States, and in between there's a fight. And so this is the temperature outlook here. I got this, by the way, this is CPC, but I got it from Pivotal Weather. But this is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, and these are outlooks. These are not giving you temperatures. All these are doing are giving you the percentage of where they think the best chance for below average temperatures, the best chance for above average temperatures. So in the 6 to 10 day outlook, you see that's across the eastern United States, and you see it's cold in the plains and then into the western U.S. By the way, Northern Rockies, just an incredible snow season up there. So where you see the battle here, where you see this is where you're going to have probably numerous opportunities for precipitation and rainfall, and it's showing that temperatures over that 6 to 10 day period should be above average. But this is showing where things are setting up. And then it continues in the 8 to 14 day outlook, very mild across the east, most likely, relative to the time of the year, of course, and then cold out towards the west. And there it is. I mean, I think that this is a pattern that is going to be ripe for delivering several chances for rain and potential thunderstorms. Could there be winter weather mixed in? I really think that that's going to be confined once we get past this week, confined to areas towards the west. But, you know, in the long range, these models this winter have just been absolutely terrible, in my opinion. So it's worth watching. But there's a lot going on in the world of weather. And despite limited winter weather for most of us, and it's most of us rain, this is some pretty fascinating stuff unfolding with waves and waves of rainfall and back and forth temperatures, this temperature swing. So thank you so much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are the No Hype Zone. We tell you like it is. Gosh, can I put that on here? Stand by for just 1 second. I don't know if I can do this or not. I just for fun. Oh, come on. Please let me open it up. How can I do this? Open with. Okay, stand by. This is going to look a little strange. There it is. I saved this. This is this was initialized on, this is the GFS from January 27th. And it ends today, Monday, 12th February, and it showed 30 inches of snow in Arkansas. And there are people who actually believe this and put it all over social media. So you got to be careful with what you see. So I ask you, did we get 30 inches of snow? But this was I saved this on my computer. And things like this get thrown all over social media with just, you know, who cares? So anyway, when you see outrageous things like this, I would urge tremendous amounts of caution. Have a great one, everybody.